There's a version of your life you think about all the time. You can see it clearly. The business, the body, the creative project, the move abroad, whatever it is for you. And yet, every day, you wake up and do nothing about it. This is incredibly common, and it's not because you're lazy. There's literally a neurological cycle running in your brain that's stopping you from pursuing your dreams. In this video, I'll show you exactly why your brain leads you to do this, and more importantly, how to finally work with that cycle, instead of fighting it. There's a 3-step loop running in the background of your brain right now, and it's responsible for almost every habit you have. It works like this: trigger, behavior, reward. Your brain learns that a certain trigger leads to a certain behavior, which produces a reward. And then it files that pattern away and runs it automatically, every time. Procrastination follows this exact loop. The trigger is an uncomfortable emotion: anxiety about the task, fear of failure, dread of boredom. The behavior is avoidance. You scroll, you clean, you snack, or you suddenly need to research more. And the reward is relief. The bad feeling goes away, at least for now. Your brain learns. Task feels bad, avoid it, feel better. This is called the avoidance loop, and your brain keeps running it because the reward is immediate, while the consequences, guilt, stress, missed deadlines, come later. But why does your brain choose this every single time? When a task triggers anxiety, you have two options. Do it, and it feels bad now, but good later. Avoid it, and it feels good now, but bad later. Your brain is wired to prioritize immediate rewards over delayed ones. Knowing you should do the task doesn't update that equation. Your logical brain says do it. Your reward system says avoid the pain. And the reward system usually wins, not because you're weak, but because that's simply how brains work. This is also why productivity hacks like just break it into smaller steps or do 5 minutes often stop working after a day or two. They don't remove the trigger, and they don't change the reward value of avoidance. They just make the task feel less scary so you can push through it with willpower. But the avoidance loop is still running underneath. Willpower manages the symptom. It doesn't touch the mechanism. So what actually works if willpower doesn't? You don't fight the avoidance loop. You make it visible. Next time you catch yourself avoiding something, do 3 things. First, name the trigger. What emotion did you feel right before you avoided it? Second, name the behavior. What did you actually do instead? And third, name the reward. What did avoiding it give you, and how long did that relief actually last? Doing this lets your brain see, through direct evidence, that avoidance isn't as rewarding as it feels in the moment. And that's what starts to weaken the loop. Once you've named your loop, the next step is getting curious. Instead of trying to force yourself to stop, ask, does avoiding this actually make me feel better? Not in the next 30 seconds, but an hour from now. Most people discover the relief doesn't last nearly as long as the guilt that follows it. That's not you failing to feel better. That's your brain quietly learning that avoidance was never as rewarding as it seemed. Your brain can't just delete a habit. It needs something better to replace it with. So instead of defaulting to avoidance when a task feels uncomfortable, try offering it curiosity instead. Ask yourself, what's the smallest possible step I could take on this right now? Or, what am I actually afraid of here? Small, specific questions like these give your brain the same sense of engagement avoidance used to provide, just without the guilt that comes after. This isn't a character flaw, and it won't disappear after one video. Your brain built this loop over years, so it won't unlearn it overnight. But seeing it clearly is the real first step, not a consolation prize. So next time you catch yourself avoiding something, pause and just ask yourself, what's my avoidance loop right now? Naming it is where breaking it starts.